Hello everyone, Will the Outlaw here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Age of the Primes Star Optimus Prime. Okay, so right off the bat, it just feels wrong for me to refer to this guy as Star Optimus. I've always known this version as Star Convoy, so that's what I'm going to be calling this guy from now on. Yeah, so Star Convoy here, that's better. Star Convoy is one of the, if not the very last iterations of G1 Optimus Prime in the G1 continuity. There have been many toy versions of Star Convoy, but Age of the Primes has taken this opportunity to bring it to modern times at a discounted Titan price point. I absolutely love the box art here, with the primes that have been released so far adorning around the top and Star Convoy himself epically front and center. I truly admire how the primes are taking the looks of all the past Transformers continuities and making them a cohesive unit. Taking a look at the figure itself, and good golly gravy, this thing is big. This is only the second Titan figure I've ever gotten, and apparently he's a little on the smaller side compared to the others. But holy cow, this guy has some height. He absolutely towers over all the other figures in my collection, and it totally fits with what I know about this character. His design leans heavily into the Japanese Gundam aesthetic with sharp angles and crazy proportions. I don't normally like this style, but the gigantic legs, tiny torso, and relatively short arms really do it for me. There is a lack of paint, but this figure really doesn't need it. The size allows for solid color separation, and the little paint there is used for really nicely done accent work, especially in the chest piece. The head sculpt is a thing of epic beauty. It's made of multiple layers that perfectly recreates the early 90s Japanese Prime look. From the barely there light piping to the exaggerated sharp bits that add to the awesomeness that is this look, I honestly think this is my favorite Prime head, even more so since I have zero nostalgia connection to this version. Despite his size and odd proportions, he is clean and remarkably kibble free, and nothing really gets in the way of his articulation. Swivel at the head with dedicated hinge for a downward look, arms that can go forward, back, in and out, bicep swivel, 90 elbows, wrist swivel with opening fingers, waist swivel, legs that can go forward, back, in and out, thigh cut, 90 knees, and feet articulation with an ankle tilt. This thing is surprisingly poseable despite his size and weight. That's only possible because this guy is all heavy ratchets. They take real muscle to move and give off one of the most satisfyingly crunchy sounds. ASMR time. Oh yeah. Star Convoy here comes with so many accessories, I actually had to look up on TF Wiki to make sure I got everything included for this review. First of all, he comes with 2 sets of blast effects. They are pretty standard, and other than the unique glitter plastic used, there's nothing really special about them other than looking really cool. He comes with multiple guns. These 2 are made specifically for his shoulders, but they can be wielded in his hands. This smaller gun can also be held in his hands, but I think it works better in his other modes. His artifact is the Zodiac Orb. It's pretty tiny and can be held in his hand or placed securely on his chest. It's up to you if you want to place it directly in there or use this included hilt piece. The hilt itself can be wielded and, in combination with his awesome hard plastic blue effect, can be used as a blazing sword that will make Voltron jealous. This is how I choose to use this particular accessory. Plus, if you look at it this way, hey look, another Matrix. His ginormous cannon gives him a very intimidating look. It has this really cool clear blue plastic bullet that makes it look like he's harnessing some serious power in that gun, especially if you use the blazing sword piece as a blast effect. Man, I feel really sorry for anyone on the other end of this. I kind of take this M13 micro trailer and Hot Rod as a single piece, considering they go so well together. The trailer is a simple piece that can transform into a mountable gun turret. Hot Rod, on the other hand, is a way better core class figure than the one that was released way back in Legacy. Like, by far. They could have just re-released that figure, but I'm so dang glad they went with the original mold route, especially since core class has since been discontinued. The tread unit here, or as it is sometimes referred to as roller, is big, chunky, and just feels great in your hands. Unlike the original figure, this version can split and be stored on his back legs. It adds some bulk, but I really like the look, and it doesn't really hinder stability or articulation in any way. Now, not only can he store all his accessories on him, but they in no way hinder his articulation or balance. I don't know, I just love posing him and he looks so much better in hand than he ever did in the pictures. His transformation is crazy simple and very reminiscent of the original 90s figure. He's a triple changer of sorts as he has both a base and truck mode. His base mode is alright. I mean, while he does look like a bot doing a yoga pose, adding the accessories does a lot to make the base mode work. It even has these siege connectors so that you can add other pieces to it. Transformation to his truck mode is honestly really fun, as everything taps together nicely and the ratchets are just heaven. I especially love the fact that they figured out how to cover the empty space between the truck and the trailer from the original. As fun as this transformation is, the truck is pretty much a giant brick. Yeah, the truck mode feels larger than the bot mode, probably because it's one big solid piece. But that being said, this thing looks like a giant badass rolling fortress. It's giant and intimidating, even with the goofy cab here. I bet it would be terrifying to see this giant thing thundering down the street. The guns just add to the intimidation factor, especially when they are decorated with all the blast effects. The fact that this is one whole piece forces a truck mode to have a segmented look, but it works. I just kinda wish they were able to make the segments articulated, but I understand why they couldn't. I just absolutely love messing with this thing. The pinned wheels make rolling this thing an absolute dream. Even though they aren't meant to be used here, it's so much fun to put past core and other small figures on it. It kinda reminds me of the old school box art in some certain way. The style this figure has really caters to a certain fan and certain period in Transformers history, a true snapshot in time. That being said, while I don't really think it fits within the established aesthetic of the Age of the Primes, it is a necessary addition if you wish to complete the modern 13. All in all, despite its unique design, this thing still looks great on the shelf along with his fellow modern figures. This thing is big, heavy, and most importantly, chunky! Bottom line, while this Titan isn't as big as the others, it still has as much play factor and is just as much fun as previous entries. And its lower price point definitely helps with that fun. Well, that was my look at Transformers Age of the Primes Star Optimus Prime. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon.
Laters!
Check out my Patreon for early access to my videos and shoutouts on future videos. Join up and let's talk toys.